But if you go to the deep history of the British, when these people starting from London, they never targeted India. Their target was not India. They started from there for Sumatra and Bali. Two small islands. But on the way, they somehow forget the way. And coincidentally, they landed in India. The city called Surat, which is again the western part of India. And when they came here, the fourth Mughal king, Jahangir, the father of Shah Jahan, he was ruling here in India that time. So they got the permission to set up some factory here. They choose 4 places: Surat, Bombay, Madras, now we call it Chennai, and Calcutta. But I believe East India Company, they took the advantage of Indian situation, because India was never a united country. India was always ruled by different Raja Maharaja. Raja means having a small territory, Maharaja means having a big territory. And these Raja Maharaja, they used to fight quite frequently. So they were not united. If somebody targeting one ruler, rest they were enjoying, they were not helping. So mid of 18th century, 1758, they start collecting tax from 3 states of India, eastern part of India: Bengal, Odisha and Bihar. These are 3 states. And slowly, they start taking over another part of India with the local ruler. 1857, that was the year when the first war for independence was fought. And British call it a mutiny, rebellion. We call it a first war for independence. But unfortunately, that war got failed, because there was no proper leadership from the Indian side. And eventually, East India Company was also dissolved by the royal family. And India came under the rule of the British Crown till 1947. So almost 90 years, India was under the British Crown rule. Till 1911, they were ruling from Calcutta. Calcutta, the big city like Delhi, eastern part of India. But in 1911, they decided to shift the capital from Calcutta to Delhi. And there was a reason. The first reason was, Delhi was more centrally located compared to Calcutta. Because Calcutta, the eastern part, Delhi is the northern part, and there was no Pakistan. So Delhi was almost at the center of India. Number 2, one of the Silk Route that was going through Delhi. And number 3, there were almost 22 small states around Delhi. So the British thought, if they shift the capital from Calcutta to Delhi, they can watch the area more closely and they can generate more money. And obviously, generating more money, that was the main motive. When they decided to shift, they appointed a man who planned the entire city, and the name of the man was Edward Lutyens, the main architecture who planned the city. And that's why sometime instead of New Delhi, we say Lutyens Delhi also, because it was designed by him. And he was joined another colleague of him. His name was Herbert Baker, B-A-K-E-R. They built a some very impressive building, including the President House of India. The President House of India, it used to call House of Viceroy. Viceroy, the Englishman, head of India, he used to live in that house. But the name was changed after the independence because it became the official residence for the President of India, and President of India is still lived there. They built here the round building, which we call the Parliament House, where all the member of Parliament just to discuss the policies, most of the time for their own welfare, not for the public. And they built here the administrative block, secretariat block. There used to be the office of the British government, and now there are the office of the government of India. And they built here India Gate. India Gate was the last structure which was built by British here in India 1930. And it used to call War Memorial because it was built in a memory of the soldier. I'm talking about the Indian soldier who fought on behalf of British Army in First World War. There were almost 90,000 Indian soldiers, they lost their life in that war. So to pay them some respect, the British decided to build this 42-meter high arch in their memory, used to call the War Memorial, but the name was changed after the independence as in India Gate. But if we talk about the entire complex, the President House, Parliament House, Secretariat Building, that entire complex took almost 20 years to complete it. The construction was started in 1911 and it was fully completed around 1931. But I believe British never thought they have to leave India so early because they used those buildings only for 16, 17 years. Nobody built this kind of a building for a short period. For example, the President House of India or the House of Viceroy, that is the biggest palace for any head of the state in the world. The total land acquired for the palace 350 acres. And inside the building there are 355 big well decorated rooms. And apart from that there are two separate wings, one wing to live the president and another wing if some dignitary are coming to see the president. So that is the biggest palace for any head of the state in the world. So you can understand British definitely plan to stay here either forever or maybe another 100, 150 more years, but that didn't happen. And they finally were thrown out or left in 1947, 15th of August. Yes. You know what we are going to do here? We'll get down in the parking area of the India Gate. You can walk up to that big arch. You can use your camera, you can take picture, there is no problem in that. When you go close to the arch, you can read some name of the soldier on the wall. 13,000 name engraved there, all around the wall. And down and then you will see the black platform where the eternal flame is burning. That platform was built by the former Prime Minister of India, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, in a memory of the soldier war between India and Pakistan, 1971. And after that, we will take the round of other buildings, President House, Parliament House, Secretariat buildings, but we are not going to get down there because bus stopping is not allowed. But we can take the slow round, so you have an opportunity to click the picture from the moving bus. So the name of this place called ITO, Income Tax Office, that side, and there's the police. So for their protection.
Oh my goodness.
1,400 new vehicle registered every day.
Wow.
And out of 1,400, roughly 400 are car. So 400 car added on Delhi road almost every day. And you know what is the main reason? Main reason is the financial policies. Getting a loan from the bank is very easy. If you do some formalities like your ID proof, your income proof, your residential address proof, bank feels satisfied, your loan gets sanctioned within 48 hours. And you can work in any showroom with a minimum money and you can comes out with a brand new car because bank finance up to the 85% cost of the car. But remember, bank charge very high interest rate in India. You know what is the interest rate here? You start from 10% and goes up to 14%, which is very high compared to many other countries. Even buying the house, 9.5% to 11%. So traffic is increasing day by day. But you will notice one thing in Delhi. Delhi at the moment is one of the greenest capital of the world. Lots of greenery all around, lots of open park are here. And all the buses I was talking about in the morning, not only the public transport buses, but any kind of a bus you see on the road, all these tuk-tuk, the three-wheeler, most of the taxis, they all are running on CNG, compressive natural gas, not on diesel and petrol. So they all are running on CNG. So just to control the pollution, we are trying our level best.